Thank you very much, everyone. It really has been a privilege to be here. I want to thank the organizers, the CASPA students group. I call them CASPA students, but they have been, for many of them, Vanjie, um, Judith, and others, have been friends and supporters of the movement for a very long time. I am I've worked with Banji in many areas, and because of that, I'm very afraid of her. So I'm going to ensure that I keep the time so that I'm not going to have any of the
Get you
difficulties.
afterwards, Leighton. I'll get you.
Right. Um, when I think about this organization, this is an organization that I have had the privilege of journeying through for a lot of time. From high school, even from first form, when I was trying to hide from the ICFers, when they were trying to witness to us, we tried. They were a very annoying bunch, and we tried to hide from them as much as possible. All through the time when I became a Christian in fourth form, this organization has helped me to develop in a leader, as a leader in ICF and in university, and has also given me the opportunity also to learn to work with camps and to see lives changed, and also to serve on the board. When I think of what this organization means, one word I think stands out, and that's the word fellowship. And that word fellowship is not merely an old-fashioned King James Version word, which is used to describe a Christian group or something that happens to Christians. It speaks about a kind of Acts 2:42 to 47 principle of living together, working together, and supporting each other. For us, fellowship really means friendship. It means walking together. It means supporting each other and building together. And I wanted to just mention four ways in which I think this organization uniquely manifests that word fellowship. Firstly, fellowship is shown by students reaching students. The crucial thing that reaches the lives of young people is when they see the work of God demonstrated in the lives of other young people who have committed to Christ. That is what moved me to become a Christian. And that is what I think still moves young people to become Christians. And that is the core of what we do. Fellowship also means investing in young people. I've seen it with students investing in one another, learning from other students in ICF and in UCCF. In terms of staff workers, the blessing in my life from the Sam Vassals, who is on this platform today, the Gene Denhams, the Last Newmans, and others, the staff advisors who has poured into my lives, and I've seen work in so many other schools, pour into the lives of others. If I mention Sharon Reed and Donnet Norman, I've been not even scratching the surface of the staff advisors who have worked and done that kind of things, the camp counselors. There's a unique fact, a unique situation that we learn in this kind of fellowship, that the staff workers, the Christian teachers, the other persons who work in that way, they manifest this Christian dynamic where we work and build up persons, and eventually we work with them as equals. So it is not as if we learn that these persons are just somebody who we are just pouring into, but these are persons who we build up so we can work with them as we go along. So I'm talking about fellowship. It's students reaching students, it's investing in young people, it's building them up, but it's also holding each other accountable. And I think that's also part of the unique thing that this movement does. We hold each other accountable, we call out each other. Um, I have to mention Judith Johnston in this situation. Judith and I have had strong conversations where we disagree with each other, but we hold each other accountable because we understand that this is a work that we are both committed to, and we want to ensure that it is the work that God wants us to do. And that, I think, is also part of what fellowship is. Frankly, I think this is a gift that we can give to the church, an understanding that Christian fellowship means that also holding one another accountable. And finally, in terms of fellowship, I'm quoting Frank Govaya, who's a former regional staff worker, when he said that this is the kind of work where you work yourself out of the work. What that means is that we build others so that they can follow us and we can pass on the charge to them. We establish this work, we invest in young people, we hold each other accountable so that we can move on and have others do this work. Move on doesn't necessarily mean leaving. I mean, I have moved on from different areas and I've tried and not always succeeded to ensure that when I leave a particular situation in this work, I ensure that there are others there who are able to do the work at least as well as I can, and probably even better. But this is also an important fact of what we do as fellowship, building the work, working yourself out of the work, so that in a way that you make others able to do this work, you spread it on. So I want to say we want to build this fellowship in some deliberate ways. We are involved as graduates, as staff advisors. We need some of you on our committees and in our camps. But there's two specific ways I want to mention as I close. Firstly, in terms of graduates, we've realized that we've not always engaged graduates properly. We now realize that sometimes graduates may feel more comfortable in their area of interest. And so we have a graduate network which will encourage this. This is one of the graduate initiatives. I need to indicate that in January next year, there will be a Caribbean reunion which will be hosted to engage graduates to impact students in the Caribbean. Our brother, Bruce Fletcher, who many of us know, involved in Operation Save Jamaica and other entities, is spearheading this. So listen out for that particular reunion like this, which will be focused on engaging graduates to impact students in the Caribbean region and to encourage graduates to impact students in school. So there are two specific ways I said that I think we can show this fellowship and demonstrate particular things. The second one is the one thing I want to push for us as an organization. Every third Saturday, we are meeting virtually as an organization to pray. We try to keep it just to 1 hour. We bring in as many persons as possible so that we can understand what is happening in the schools and in the organization, so that we can get the assistance of the Almighty in ensuring that this work is completed and done very well. So that's what we want to do. We want to build fellowship. We want to support this organization, and we want to ensure that this ministry continues. Those are my few words.